Hello and welcome to this Python easy and fast course for complete beginners. After watching this short video, you will get all the necessary information that you need to start writing simple code in Python as a beginner. I will try to give as much valuable information as possible in a very short time, so stick to the end to get the most out of it. First things first, where you can start writing your code. You need a Python platform to start writing Python code. Therefore, you need to have a Python platform installed on your device, right? Well, actually, as a new beginner, you can start writing and executing your code on a web page Python editor. Just type Python editor in Google and choose an editor. For this tutorial, I will use an online service called Online Python. It is very simple and beginner-friendly. In case you want to install Python on your PC, I created a simple video to do that. You can find the link to that video in the details section of this video. Now, back to our online platform. The window is divided into two sections. The upper part, where you can write your code, and the button one where you see the execution result of your code. In more scientific words, the output window. First, select the entire sample code and delete it. Let's start with a simple code. The print command prints anything between the brackets and quotation marks in the output window. For example here, it will print the word hello and welcome in the output window. Just make sure to hit the run button after you completely finish writing your code. Next, variables. Variables are containers for storing different data, so you can use them anytime by referring to its name. You create variables as the name equals its value. For example, we assign number 1 as 10 and number 2 as 20. Now Python knows that whenever we use number 1, it will use the value 10. Let's print number 1 now. Press run and see the output. Very important note, don't use variables names in quotation marks. Otherwise, the system will think it is a text and print it as it is. There are several variable types, but as a beginner, it is suffice for you to work with only two data types. Numeric variables, as you see above. Textual variables, this should be written in single quotation marks. For example, let's print the two variables in one print command separated with commas. As you see, the system replaced the name of each variable with its corresponding value, whether it is number or text or other types that you might learn in the future. Now, important note here is that variables are case-sensitive, meaning any variable letter, even if one is written in capital or small letters, has different values. For example, customer equals John. Let's try to print it as customer with a capital letter. An error generated telling that the value is not defined because you didn't have any variable called customer which starts with capital letter. Let's edit the code, either this one or this one, to match each other. Now you are good to go. You can combine two variables with each other using the plus sign. If they are text, they will get merged together as follows. If they are numbers, they will be mathematically added. Now, very important note. If you set the numbers in the variables using the quotation marks, they will be treated as text. For example, if you combine these two values, 1 and 2 as text, the result won't be 3, it will be 1 and 2 next to it. as if it is 12. To be able to add this numbers as mathematical operation, you need to tell Python that you want to use each variable as value rather than text using the int operator as follows. However, you can't add textual variable to numeric variable. An exception error will appear warning you. You need to tell Python that you want to use the number as text using the operator named str as follows. Now Python convert the value into text and combines them correctly as text. You can execute other mathematical operations on numeric variables, such as subtraction, multiplication, and division. Now, you can perform mathematical operation when defining new variables based on other variables. If you are okay until this point, we are moving into something different. If statement. For example, if age greater than 18, then prints, you are over 18. We have 6 mathematical conditional comparison operators. Equals, represented by 2 equal signs. Not equal, less than, or equal, greater than, or equal. Just pay attention to the double equals. We use 1 equal sign to assign a value to a variable, but 2 equals for comparison. For example, age equals 20. If age is equal to 20, using double equal signs, then print, you are 20. Okay. Let's take it a step further, using else keyword. If age is equal to 20, then print, you are 20. Else print, you are not 20. Here is even better example. If age is greater than 18, then print, you are over 18. Else print, you are under 18. Got it. Now you can insert another if condition inside the 2 using if keyword, which means else if, as follows. If age is greater than 18, then print, you are over 18. Else if age is equal to 18, then print, you are exactly 18. Else print, you are under 18. I will stop for a few seconds so you can digest the entire logic. Very important note, make sure that if, else are all on the same column line, otherwise it would generate an error. Got it? If not, just pause the screen and think carefully and logically. This is one of the most important and widely used statements in programming. Now let's say you want to print the message welcome 5 times. Instead of writing it 5 times, we can use the for loop operator as follows. For x in range 5, print welcome. As you can see, the message is printed 5 times. Let's take it a step further. Print welcome x. Now before pressing run, think for a second what's going to happen inside the platform. The system will take the word welcome and add the value of x, which increase every time by 1. However, one thing that might confuse you, that in Python the incrementation will start from 0, and then 1, and then 2, etc. Don't forget that if you use the plus sign instead of comma, you need to convert the number into text using the str function. Otherwise, an error will occur due to the combination between text and number. Now, we have another looping yet more advanced operator called while, which allows us to have more control. And its logic is as follows. While the condition is active, do the following. For example, in the previous example, rather than starting from 0, we can start from 1. And the while statement as follows. While x is less than 5, then first increase it by 1, then print the welcome and the variable value. Just important note, if you don't increase the value of x as in the above example, the condition will always be active because the value of x will be always less than 5, and the loop will go forever. Your PC might freeze. Just try to press the stop button in such a case to terminate the process. Please pause the tutorial, go and practice some examples if these all sounds too much for you. Open new tab in your browser and practice there, and then come back. We still have a couple of things to cover for beginners. You can ask any question around those topics that we are discussing in this tutorial in the comments section. If you are happy to go, let's move on. Now let's say you want to set the value of a variable based on user's input. In this case, you write age equals to input, enter your age. Then you can print age is plus the user's age. Based on that, we can create a very simple calculator as follows. Enter the value of x, enter the value of y. The total of x plus y is the total number. Actually, I was planning to add a couple of other subjects such as lists and functions, but I don't want to overload you with so much details as a complete beginner. However, I have a homework for you. I will write down the solution in the comments section and pin in at the top, but please don't look at it before trying to do it yourself. After you try it yourself, you can check and compare your answer with it. That's all for this video. If this video gets popular, I will add similar videos to the channel. Therefore, please like and subscribe and write your comments and questions in the details section. See you in another video.